Hello everyone, this is the Abundance Oracle here this afternoon in front of the guest cottage. I thought I'd give you a little bit of an idea, especially for those of you that are seniors, and some of you already own your house and you're looking to retire and you think, okay, this is how much I get from Social Security, this is how much I get from maybe a pension account or an IRA or whatever. But one of the things you might want to consider, and this is in the state of Massachusetts here, is an ADU, they call it, auxiliary dwelling unit. I'm just going to walk around the property here so you can see what everything looks like. And it's typically either a small little house that you can add on, like this little house here. That's my little guest cottage here. Small little house, right? Actually, some of you might be interested to learn, this was a Sears, originally, still is, shape hasn't changed, an original Sears and Roebuck catalog house. So what that means is you sent in a down payment check to Sears and Roebuck and you bought your house. They would come on a flatbed with it and bring a crane and drop down this house on your piece of property. So it's one of the things that you can do for an auxiliary dwelling unit. They no longer have Sears and Roebuck, but there's a lot of little tiny house places. My land is very natural. I try and keep it natural and healthy. And okay, look at this direction here. Hold on. The little chickens, you may not be able to see them. Hold on. Hi girls. Little chickens, but when I bought this house, it also had another nice, big, huge shed on it. I have electricity running to the shed, but I do not have water. Water in Massachusetts is a right. You can have water in the shed. So I just need to put water in there. And you could make it like a little, it would be small, I don't know, it's 10 by 8 or it's 10 by 12 maybe is how big it is. But you could turn it more into a place like a little workspace. The other thing you can do for an ADU is put a room on top of your garage and rent it out to people. So the idea is, if you already own a house, see if your state allows you to put an auxiliary dwelling unit on your land and you can start making money. Since you don't have to pay for the land, the numbers usually work out pretty well for that. So it's just one of the things I try and encourage everyone to do when you go to retire, because with inflation being bad, you just really cannot count on your original calculation of how much money you're going to have. Things change. And like I said on this morning's video, is Ray Dalio. I don't know if you know him. He was in my old town, Greenwich, Connecticut, and he came out, he's very worried about the general population, about how they're going to be able to make ends meet on stuff. So go to, I think it was 4 days ago now, Diary of a CEO, and he gets interviewed there. He gives his whole spiel and explanation. He's very good. The only thing I don't think people quite understand when he talks about inflation, and when it says, oh, it's up 4%, really what that means is the value of your dollar, what you can purchase, your purchasing value of your dollar has gone down significantly. So when you say inflation has gone up, people understand, well, prices cost more, but how does that affect me? So the value of your dollar is worth that much less. And if you're putting your money in a bank, you typically don't make much money on it. So I think we all need to sit back and go through our finances, me included. I do this often. How can you make more money? How can you add investments that are earning money? I always encourage everyone to read Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. It gives you a good basic knowledge of how you can get out of the rat race, I'm going to say. All right, this is the Abundance Oracle. Sorry to talk your head off so much, but I hope you like that little tour of the little guest cottage and Sears Roebuck catalog. I think I can get this on the historical, United States historical list if I wanted to. But if you do that, it's very constrained with what improvements you can make or changes you can make. So keep that in mind if you're contemplating something like that. All right, love you all. This is the Abundance Oracle. See you next time. Please reach down and click that subscribe button. Help me out. Thanks. Bye. Love you all.